Now, this great venue has hosted some memorable playoff games over the years, and these Bear fans are hoping to make some new memories today at Soldier Field in Chicago. The second of 3 games here on this Sunday. We continue with Super Wild Card Weekend here on EA Sports. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 11 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
Well, when you're a road team in the playoffs, when you're a wild card, what's the one thing you need to be able to do to stay in football games? Run the football. And that's an excellent job right there of identifying where to go and picking up good yardage.
Right back to him on 1st down. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. Here's 2nd and 8. And a quick throw here. That's complete. It's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, in a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of 1st downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he is going to lose yardage here. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Well, looks like they'll move things around here. Second and 13. That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 17-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he takes a pop at the end of that one. It'll be a gain of about 4. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. From 13 yards out. And the Cowboys will strike first here, this wild card matchup. Aubrey good with a PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Looking to throw is Williams. That is incomplete.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. And that is incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice and meetings talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents. So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so he can only go so far outside. And they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they used your boy over there, the 12th man. Sammy Sideline, right?
Sammy Sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy 1st down. Right back to him on 1st down. And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line. Murray looking to change the play here. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And now Murray's going to set up to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on third down. Murray now. Flush to his right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. So on fourth down, out is Brandon Aubrey for the Cowboy field goal. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. Fighting through. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now we'll pause for the injured player, and it's Jonathan Taylor who's shaken up. That certainly would be a major loss for this offense. Hopefully he's okay. 2nd and a couple. They'll fake the give. Now Williams. He has it complete to Christian Watson. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a 1st down.
To the air, Williams. That one caught downfield by Watson. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That's good for 28 yards. There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Working out of the gun, Williams. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
Now a 2nd and 10. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
To throw, it's Williams. He'll dump this off to Taylor, complete. And he's going to come up well shy of the 1st here as the tackle's made right around the 12. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down. The kick by Sanders is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
After the field goal, here comes Sanders to kick it away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Here's Murray. Flushed out right. And got his man complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A big play there. 68 yards. And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. And the lead is now 17-3. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They've got to be a little shell-shocked. Down double digits at home in the playoffs. Still in the first half. They've got to turn things around quickly. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Second down in the yard. From the gun.
You're thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. Well, you're already up a couple of scores here in the first half defensively, and Charles, they just seem to be playing really free on that side of the football.
I love the... because with that type of a lead, they feel like they can take a few more chances and be even more aggressive, and it's been paying off for them so far this game.
How to approach this. 3rd down and 16 yards to go. To throw, Williams. Under pressure, they got him again. And the defense coming through on 3rd down, a loss of 7 to bring up 4th. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
64 yards rushing for him in this first half as he has certainly carried over his regular season success into the playoffs. 2nd down and 4. Shotgun now from Murray. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays.
And Murray in trouble here, and down he goes. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move the ball downfield.
And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. Murray now to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Watkins. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet, as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Now Murray again. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Now a 2nd and 6. To throw is Murray. Eluding the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. To throw, it's Murray. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cowboys continue to pull the playoff surprise as they lead big here on the road. Aubrey good with a PAT. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. Here's Williams. Looking left side, and it's complete. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. A final shot before break. Williams. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. One of these two teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
60 Bobcat.
Throwing is Williams. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Micah Parsons able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Operating from the gun, Williams to the right side, complete to Taylor. And they'll bring him down 1 yard shy after a pickup of 4. They'll go. Here's Williams. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And this defense will take over right at midfield. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. They'll take this to the 46.
We've called a lot of games, but we don't normally talk about inside linebackers being that fleet of foot, do we?
No, he was able to get outside there to make that play.
Yeah, and you know what makes them faster? Their ability to read plays, understand what offenses are trying to do, and put themselves in proper position.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 22 yards on the catch and run, a first down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shot.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Throwing now is Murray. Under pressure, and they got to him again. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up third down on the sack. Murray going to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
A 55-yard attempt.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt, and that will extend their lead even further. Only 3 points there, but I got to think at this point in the third quarter, that's all you're really looking for.
And right now the lead is 3 touchdowns and 3 two-point conversions. So you and I both know a huge order for the best of teams. And from what we've seen so far, hard to believe that that's a likely scenario. 3 two-point conversions? That's difficult.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And a drive that stalled out last time. Went for it on fourth, didn't get it. How does that translate here? Oh, what a read on the outside as it's intercepted. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. After the turnover, here's Murray. A short one there taken in by Ferguson. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Give him 30 yards there.
Everything's been going right here in this one. This offense, they've been in complete control from the outset. And here's another big play. These kind of routes have been open all game long, and they continue to take advantage.
And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or two in this situation.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Now Murray. Escaping the pressure right. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal. Here's Murray. Flush to his right. And the pressure gets to him again. So a big sack for a loss of 4. It brings up 4th and goal. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're...
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the third quarter. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Moore, the man in motion. Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Looking right sideline, that's complete. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. A huge play there for Chicago. 41 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Taylor is not going to get back to the line of scrimmage as they'll tackle him at the 3. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. Here's Taylor again. Pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Ready, set.
This Cowboy defense trying to hold them out of the end zone. They've run it to 3rd and goal. Now they bring a receiver in motion right. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal. Well, they tried to catch him by surprise, I think, there with that little pop pass on 3rd down, but no luck.
You're right about no luck, but I did like the idea. I like the thought process. Make an unconventional call on 3rd down sometimes. It can pop big. In this case, it didn't.
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Rome Odunze from 3 yards out. And the Bears are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter.
Look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round, but I have to tell you, in this case, I did not see that coming.
I don't think anyone in the stadium saw it coming. You and I were coming in before the game. There was a couple in front of us talking about travel plans for next weekend. They might want to cancel those.
Yeah, I would say so, because right now it's looking more and more like they're going to be one and done. They're probably trying to call the hotel and make sure they get their security deposit back.
And the Cowboys are able to recover. And, he takes a shot at the end of that play. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Murray. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. Looking to throw. Murray. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that'll make it 2nd down. Back to throw. Murray. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. From 21 yards away. And the Cowboys are able to add on to that lead. Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. But we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Looking to throw is Williams. To the right side, and he's got more, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So they'll, of course, decline the pass interference there and wisely take the yardage.
And I think defensively he's saying, I was getting away with that in the first half. Why are you making that call now? But to me, that one was pretty easy to see. I don't understand what he's upset about. I think it was the correct call.
Got it. Ready? 7 Pirates, 7 Pop. Let's go. Hut, hut.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Here's 2nd and 10.
18, right, 18, right. Shut up.
To the air once more. Williams. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
He's going to launch this deep for Watson. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. Murray now. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down. Well, they have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start, and pass plays like we just saw, they're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the 4th quarter.
And that they have in every way, and plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
Operating from the gun, Murray. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Aubrey now for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Saying their fans here are stunned would be an understatement. Things in this wild card round have not gone according to plan. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. Now, 4th quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. Another incomplete pass there. We've seen a bevy of those. This secondary, they've been pretty good, haven't they?
They certainly have. They've allowed the one touchdown through the air, and they're going to be upset about that later when they watch the game tape. But other than that, they've been absolutely rock solid.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Here we go, Shaq.
Williams going to look to throw again. He'll complete this one to Watson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop. Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
It's a nice zone breaker right there. Take the tight end, move him out to the slot, then have him run a corner route versus the zone coverage, which means he's going to be behind the shallow coverage and ahead of the deep coverage. Put the ball right on him.
Throwing again here, Williams. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And the Bears are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. To throw, it's Williams. Forced out to it. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Caleb Williams taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Bears get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them
I was
to do
going to
that?
ask you, maybe they saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the 4th quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in turn?
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Tyreek Stevenson picks it off, and the Bears are going to have it here just past the 25.
Brandon, these quarterbacks had their hands full all afternoon long, but they finally get a measure of revenge as he gets himself in a nice spot. He's able to get 2 hands on the football and pick it off.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. To the air, Williams. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there. 52 yards. And the Bears are able to cut into that deficit. Well, it seemed like they were so focused elsewhere they forgot about the tight end spot, and he's the one that burns them there to make this a 3-score game here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
I think there might be a little bit of defensive fatigue from those guys on that side of the ball.
And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Get to the wild card game, check, got that done. Win a wild card game, big check. Now you've got to go ahead and set your sights higher. There is a bigger prize out there, and they still have an opportunity.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles